Hi guys, welcome to a new studio vlog. A quick update. Those of you that saw the last vlog, if you didn't, watch that one first, that'll make sense to everything now. So yeah, if you saw my last vlog, you'll know what recently happened, so just pop over to that one. I'm not going to repeat it all again, but needless to say, it's been a very roller coaster, up and down, head F moment. So just for context, today is Thursday, no it's not, today's Friday the 21st of April. The funeral was on Tuesday, so we were over in Oxford for basically 5 or 6 days just to kind of get ready for that, sort everything out, sort some paperwork and admin out, and just help out a little bit. And then the funeral was on Tuesday. We came home on Wednesday. Just reopened my Curious Lemon Designs Etsy shop, my Leafling Studio Etsy shop, the Sweary Cats Etsy shop, and leaflingstudio.com. That is all back open now, and now the hard work starts, because I'll be honest, I feel so out of the loop of life. I don't even know where to start right now, and I feel so I think the emotions that I'm feeling right now are inadequacy and I don't know, like slight imposter syndrome, but I'm also like critically aware that a lot of small businesses at the moment are really struggling. I've had 4 orders in April. I mean, the shop has been shut a lot, but also I've had 4 orders in April, to add context, and I think they were all cards. So yeah, I need to start kind of building momentum again, because I've been inactive online since probably about mid-March kind of time. I feel like I've definitely noticed a drop off in sales, because I'm normally a chatty Alan on Instagram, and I normally am talking to you guys about everything and sharing things and doing new launches, and I've done none of that. So partly that's on me, but also partly it's just the way of the world, and this is a quiet time of year, so I need to sort my shit out. First thing I'm going to do today is try and plan. I just feel like, if you've known me a while, you'll know that I'm a planner. Like, I love planning. I really enjoy it, but I am just out of the loop. But what I wanted to show you is a couple of things. You guys know, well most of you will know, that I have a diary that I normally use, but I also use my planners, my planner pages. And I tend to use my diary as like a brain dump area. This one's about to come to an end, so I've got myself something new to try. But let me show you, let me see if I've got one handy. I've got some loose pages from my planners. This is what I'm using. As an example, I've got this first page here. This is my wildflower planner pad, and I really love using this on a daily basis, because I take stuff out of my diary and I put it onto here. So at the top it's got an affirmation if you want to use that, and then it's got priorities and to-dos, so you can put your top 3 priorities for the day here, and then list out the other ones that you have. Then we've got appointments, calls and emails, a notes section, leave for tomorrow, and then great things that happened today. And so that's that one. And then the other one, I don't know if I've got examples of all 3 here. I have one from my Leaf Lovers collection too. I think I must have used it because I had quite a few of those. This is my Enchanted Garden collection, and it's a lot brighter, really lovely for spring and summer, this collection. As you can see, like super lovely. This is more of a weekly planner, so if you don't write as much, this one would be ideal for you, because you can also do your tracking down here, so you could track food or exercise or anything like that. But other than that, it's a similar kind of layout. It's got a notes section, a to-do section, like priorities, and then it's got for later. So I will pop a link to my planners down below so you can see those, but they are, the paper is super luxurious. 120 GSM, so it's really thick, so you can, once you've used it, use the other side for like a shopping list or to like a continuation of the day's planning. And I use my diary, so what I'll tend to do with my diary, I'll open it into a page I haven't used. So down this side it's got the week, and then it's got a whole notes section on this side. So the way I'll normally do it is I'll write a master to-do list here, and then I'll write any events I've got or things to commitments in here, and then I'll pull off of my master to-do list, say like my top 2 or 3 things that I want to get done that day, and pop them onto my daily planner. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's how my brain works, and that's what gets me organised. And I also love having a busy diary. I love it looking scrappy, but there's no way that I can stay organised by just all of this stuff. I mean, it's insane. This is coming to an end, this planner, this diary, and I wanted to get something else. And because I'm semi-considering in the next year or so doing, it was going to be this year, but this year's shot to shit and I haven't got time now, but I was, because I'm considering doing a planner at some point, I've been looking at lots of different kinds of planners and trying to decide what I like about them, what I don't like about them, what I'm missing when I use them. So I do buy other people's planners, not with the thought of copying what they've done, but with the thought of highlighting what I like and what I don't like, so that when I do mine, it's sort of all of the greatest things from planners all pulled together. And that's what everybody does. You've got to look at what your competitors do. So I have something new to show you that I haven't started yet, but we're going to start it together today. All of this is sunk to the bottom somehow. So I love Grace Beverley. I have admired her from a distance for a long time, and she recently, her book that I read, which was called Working Hard, Hardly Working, I had as an audiobook and I loved it. It was really useful, and she has a method which she has like quick ticks and then like priorities, and that's how she structures her to-do list. So I very much like the sound of how she plans, and when she released this planner, I didn't get it on the first round, but I got it on the second round, and this arrived when we were away. I got this design because actually it matches me quite nicely today with my blue nails and blue shirt. That was not intentional, but I thought I would give this a go and see how I go with it. I didn't realise exactly how it was set out, and I've got to admit I don't know how I'm going to get on with it, because I don't tend to like too much faffing about inside a planner. I like it kind of, if I open it up, I want that to be, or like at least over the page to be where I'm working. But that said, who knows? So basically it's set up, there's a whole section for planning at the beginning, diagrams and lists and about you, like habits to build, habits to break, all sorts of things like that. Then when it gets into like the planner proper, the first section up to, where are we? This whole section here is weekly planning, and what that looks like when you open it up is you get my goals for the week down one side, and then goal setting notes on this side, and they ask things like 3 things I'll do to achieve the goal for the week, personal goal for the week as well, 3 things I'll do to achieve that, which I really like because I can include like training and things like that. Then it's got like the diary section, which looks like this. And then there are 2 ribbons, so I guess that'll help me find my place. Then you go on to this section, which is like a data section at the top, and then it's got quick ticks here, tasks, projects, 3 non-negotiable things to get done today, and then the schedule, and then that runs exactly the same through the rest of the diary until the back, where it's just notes. At the beginning she explains her method for quick ticks, tasks and projects, which is good, because if you haven't listened to the book or you don't know Grace very well or haven't followed her, then this is something she used to do in a notebook. And then people said, oh, how do you do it? Like, it was really productive, how does it work? And then she made this, I think last year she started launching these, and had a ridiculous waiting list of like over 60,000 people. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. So I'm going to sit in a bit and just go through the beginning part, and then see what I can come up with some planning for the next few months, or the next month even. Let's not get too ahead of myself. The other thing I wanted to mention, which I started reading and really enjoying, is this book by Amy Porterfield. Yeah, Amy Porterfield, I never trust my own memory, called 2 Weeks Notice. This has only come out relatively recently, and I heard about this through the Bonnie Christine course I'm doing at the moment, and I got hold of it and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's designed to be like, if you're in a job and you want to quit, how to actually legit get a business going. But you can also read it if you already have a business and want to improve that business. So really enjoying that, thought I'd mention it, and I will link that down below as well. I'll also link this down below. I don't know if there'll be any left though, because they tend to already like set out quite quickly. And my precious note-taking pad where I plan all of my goals is one of mine, and I love it. So I'll also link this down below. I think I was holding it the wrong way around. Just got notes written on the front and 300 pages of goodness inside. Okay, the other thing I need to do today, guys, after this amazingly long introduction, is I need to open an email that I had from the Eden Project. You may remember a few vlogs ago where I was lamenting about the fact that I'd been to Eden Project and there was only like some really dogged things of mine remaining and they hadn't reordered, and I was really upset. they finally reordered, which is great. So that is a priority today, plus training. And then over the course of the next few days, I want to show you some new designs that I've done for Leafling Studio for art prints and cards, and talk to you a little bit more about that. You are now fully up to date. A little bit of time's gone by now, guys. It's now after lunch and I've done the planning part in here and sort of put in some goals and other things like that, but I'm actually going to start this planner next week because it's Friday today. There's no point using up a whole spread for just Friday and Saturday. What I'm going to do, I've got half an hour. I'm going to print off the Eden Project order and have a look at what stock I've got. I have a feeling that they're going to want some of my bee to-do lists, and this is the last one, so I may have to order some more of those, but yeah, I will print off the order and then I'll get right back to you. Okay, so what I normally do is I print the purchase order off and then I will look through all of this and pull out what they want, pop it on my table here, let them know if there's anything that they've ordered that I can't give them. With the Eden Project, they don't want any of this packaging, but they do want the belly band around the middle. So what I tend to do is I'll put it all out. If I've got any without the packaging already, I'll put that to one side. If it's all in packaging, I will very carefully take it out and reuse the packaging. So let's go through what it is they want. I do think, yeah, they want some of my Busy Bee things, so I'm gonna have to drop those off separately, but they want Enchanted Garden notebooks. So these ones here, there you go, that's better, isn't it? So I haven't got any outside of packaging, so I'm gonna have to sort them out in packaging and take them out. The other thing I always need to remember is to adjust my stock on my website and on Etsy and on Sew to Shop, which is the other place that I stock on, because sometimes I forget to do that and then suddenly I haven't got any inventory left because it's gone to Eden. So always remember to do that. So there were 6 of these, 2, 4, 6. Some of these have still got prices on from my markets as well, so I need to adjust that. Need a pen. And they want 12 Leaf Lovers notebooks. So have I got any that are not in packaging? Basically, I'm trying to save myself a job, so I'm trying to find the ones that have got belly bands on them already. Another one that can be replaced there. Is that it? Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of those. Okay, so we want the A5 Tear Off Enchanted Garden pads. I have a load of those without belly bands on. These sell really well over there. Once I've packaged it all, I basically package it all up, then I have to do a delivery note to go in to every single individual box. So I drop by hand. If I was to get a delivery pickup for these things, it would cost me probably about £50, and they're only 50 minutes away from me, and if I go, it's quite a nice little journey out the house to me as well, so I like to go and drop off. A6 Enchanted Garden to-do lists. Those are the two, they want 12 of each of these, the little A6 ones. So they basically have the matching collection of all of these things. So they've got those as well. And then they want Cottage Garden washi tape. I don't have that anymore, that is out of stock now. What I will try and do is upsell them on some of my other washi tape that I have. 1718. Almost clearing me out of washi tape, of the leafy one. Okay, so that sums up that order. I'm going to email her back now and let her know about the other things they can have instead. Hello, today is Sunday. I have got a bit of catching up to do. I wanted to try a few things with some artwork that I have done on the iPad. I just want to try and print some of the cards out, some of the prints out. I need to also order some A3 printing paper for some of these prints. And I have a market in Truro that I want to have some things ready for. I also want to get ready for Father's Day as well. But anyway, I've gone off down another rabbit hole there. I think what I'm going to start with is pop the iPad down somewhere that you will be able to see it. Alright, so this is some of the stuff on Procreate that I've been creating. Sorry about the reflection, hi. So let's open this file first. This card came about because when Joe's dad passed away and sympathy cards started to arrive, I was like, some of them are just not the one, you know? So I wanted to create a card that was a little bit more muted, that could be used for any occasion, and including sympathy cards or just because someone's having a hard time. And I thought that this was quite nice because it's kind of to the point and subtle and muted and lovely, but not depressing. Do you know what I mean? For the art print I changed the wording, so this is the one that's obviously the same colour, and I changed it to Stay Wild, which I really love. And the only thing I think I'm going to change on here is to make the lettering look a little bit more like it's printed, which I've done on the black and white version. I'll show you the black and white version now. I haven't done it to the lettering though, but if I take you in a little bit closer to the actual flowers, you can see the patches of white coming through. That's intentional. I have a background in printmaking, so I really like that kind of appearance. And I've done it in 3 colourways, so the muted pastels, and then the black and white, and then this brighter palette, which I love as well. So those ones, that's going to be art prints. Then I have got, let me take you back down here, then I did this one. Actually, this was one of the first cards that I designed in this new collection. I really love this one. Again, going with that flat, kind of very bright appearance. So that one I want to try and get sorted out to print. And then I want to make this into a card too. And in fact, initially I had made it into a card, but it didn't have the bluebells or this red flower here, and I was going to put some text here. But at the moment I've got it as more of an art print. So this is the bright version, and I've got the muted pastels. I've gone with the same colour palettes across this collection. And then I've got a black and white version of it. I'm really enjoying the black and white actually. And then inspired by that, I then looked at trying to create a series of floral botanical prints that could be put next to each other. And so I've got about another 3 or 4 more designs to do. This one I love that it's, I don't know if you can see it on here, I guess you can, there's a cream background and it spills out over the edges. I just need to get the size of this right, so if you put it in an A4 frame, for example, that it doesn't kind of get covered up, that you've got enough white space around it, so I might have to shrink that down a little bit. And the same with this one. And just the simplicity, I'm obsessed with these kind of like graphic-y images at the moment, and this sort of quite almost like, some of this stuff was a bit more like Matisse inspired, you know, like his cutouts and that sort of thing. And then I started to design some Father's Day cards. So I think what I'm going to do to start with, I'm going to put some of these over to, I don't want to get rid of any layers that are not needed, and then get these on over to my Google Drive, get them onto my editing software, and see if we can get these printed out and see what they look like. Right, my loves, I've just printed, I've set up 2 cards so far. I printed out the first one, but I forgot to put the corner marks on it, so I printed out another one with the marks on, which I'm going to cut and then try and line up with this. The thing with these cards is I've designed them so that the image it's got some white space around it, so it's got kind of a border of white around it, but happy with how it's looking as an image. I've just ended up calling it my Modern Florals collection just because I need to name it for the SKU codes and stuff. Let's chop that card up, try and line the other one up with it somehow or other, and then I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know, but I'm going to give it a go, and then we'll print out. Actually, I might set the other one off printing whilst I'm cutting that. Right guys, having printed out these mock cards, I'm really pleased with how they've come out. Have I got an envelope to hand? Of course not. But they're going to be, hang on, let me get one. So they're going to be with a craft envelope, which is how the rest of my cards obviously are usually sold. So they're going to look like this, and then the other one is this one. I really am enjoying that kind of white space around them. So it'll be packaged up like this. So yeah, really happy with both of those, and I have some others coming out as well. So now I've done some test prints, I'm happy with the way that I'm setting up the file at least, so that's good. I think what I'm going to do next is to do a quick test print on one of the A4 prints that I've done that's in black and white, and just see what I think of that, because it's got like a creamy background to it, and I want to see what that background translates like out of the printer. I just printed this Stay Wild print out, and I totally forgot that on my printer, when I use certain card types and I use the very rear feeder slot, which is at the back of the printer, it adjusts the print to leave a thick gap at the bottom and a thin gap at the top. So that's not gonna, a border I mean, not a gap. So that's not gonna work if people frame the prints, because the frame will kind of like come to here, and then at the bottom you'll have a massive gap. I'm going to keep this on for myself because I'll just stick it up with some washi tape. But other than that, I'm really pleased with how this black and white one came out. What I'm going to do now is just put my printer back into normal mode. I need to attach the back part to it again, and I'm going to try just running it through the other slot with a slightly thin. This is the card I use for cards normally, and it's very thick, and you don't really need that for a print. So I'm going to do that, and then I need to see if I've got a A4 frame somewhere that I can just do a test run in for these, and then I'm going to try printing out some of the others. What I've done is I've used the Epsom thinner matte paper. So the one I print cards on is 300 GSM, and the Epsom matte paper is 167 GSM. I do think I have somewhere, I have a slightly, like a 200 one, but either way, I think for prints, something a little bit thinner is actually fine. The only thing I need to check now before I start printing out the coloured versions are that it fits nicely into an A4 frame, so there's a bit of space. So I'm going to test that. I will keep that one for me and put that on the wall somewhere, but I actually love how that looks. I'm really in love with that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Good morning guys, today is Monday, it's the 24th of April today. First day of using my planner. Before I go out today, because I'm going to meet a friend for a coffee over in St Kew in Bodmin, one of the things I need to do is price up some to-do lists, because I need to replace my B to-do lists for Eden Project and for my markets. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. My battery's about to go, so let's just start that and I'll catch up with you when my battery's back. Alright guys, it's a bit later in the day now. My battery didn't charge in time for me to pick up the camera again before I went over to St Kew with my friend Zoe. It was a really beautiful farm shop over there. It had plants and flowers, fresh vegetables, fresh bread, food. There's a cafe there. It had some lovely gifts and things in there, and Zoe was dropping off some of her beautiful pieces. I'll link to her down below. She makes, I never know if I say it right, terrazzo? Is that right? I don't know, she'll kill me. But she dropped off her stuff there that they sell for her, or like a wholesale order, and whilst I was there I cheekily asked whether I could be potentially send them an email for wholesale, and they said yes, so I need to do that too. Right now, back home, it's several hours later now. I don't even know actually what the time is. What is the time? It's 20 to 4. So I'm editing this vlog, and it's actually dawned on me that this vlog is quite dark. And I think that's because we've had such bad weather and my normal camera settings have been kind of like the same. So I know I've been sort of adjusting it up and down. So apologies that this vlog has been a little bit dark and also not very interesting, but it's my first one back. And as you guys will appreciate who know what's been going on, my mindset is a little bit like all over the shop at the minute. So thank you for bearing with me. I now have to pack this stuff. for Eden Project, and I'm taking it tomorrow morning. I'm dropping it off at 10:30. They took, in the end, they swapped out the cottage garden washi tape that I no longer sell for the this, I don't know if it's gonna, I haven't got a hand free, there we go. They swapped out the cottage garden washi tape for this pink floral one, so it's a very similar kind of colourway, so that's great. I also ordered this morning, I think I said to you I needed to price it up. I have actually now ordered more of my bee to-do lists, not focusing on them, but you get it. So yeah, right now I'm just going to quickly go downstairs, make myself a cup of tea, and then I'm going to come up and I need to sort out all of the packaging for this order. Once I've done that, what I'll do is I'll put them into some individual boxes. Each box needs a delivery note, so each box has, when they open it, it has to be highlighted what's in there. Then I need to send the invoice over to their purchase ledger over there, and I've already done the thing of where I have to call and book it in the drop off, and because it's me that's dropping it off, I've already phoned them and told them I'm going to be there tomorrow at 10:30, so that's good, that's all done. Yeah, so I'm going to make some tea, bring that back upstairs and sit and just work on packing this order. Hi my loves, today is Tuesday and this is the day that I put this vlog up. I just got back from going to drop all of that stuff that you saw in previous clips off at the Eden Project. I met my friend for a quick coffee at Cornwall Services as well, which is like on my way home and just slightly out of the way by like 10 minutes, but that's okay, it was worth it. I haven't seen her for ages. And now I'm finally home, had some lunch, and I need to edit the rest of this vlog, then go to the gym. Apologies that this vlog hasn't necessarily been the most exciting thing you've ever seen in your life. As I said the other day, I think, it's obviously my first one back, so I'm just sorting out these prints that I want to talk to you about quickly. Yeah, it's been my first one back since everything that's happened. I've got to get myself in the right headspace again, but I was thinking a lot about my vlogs last night and I really enjoyed doing them, and I want to set myself a few goals within my vlogs, and I'm going to have a think about that and then maybe talk about it in the next one, which in reality I'm starting tomorrow or maybe after this. So yeah, I need to come up with a plan because I'd like to have some other kind of content, and I know that some of you have asked me to talk about things like how I create a collection as well, so I think I'm going to save that for when I actually do it, and then we can do it alongside each other. But yeah, what I wanted to say to you guys was I'm going to try and launch these new prints. I'm hoping to launch between 7 and 10 prints in May. And when I say 7 and 10, I mean like new ones, so this will count as one because it's 3 colourways. And I want to try and launch some new cards as well. Obviously I've got those ones that are sitting over my shoulder there. So I'm going to launch those in May, but I really would like to know what, out of this one that I've been showing you in this vlog, what one you prefer out of, obviously I've got my black and white one, which I really like, and I have the 2 colours. I'm going to launch all of them, but I'd like to know which ones you prefer. Do you prefer black and white? Do you prefer like the brighter colours? Or do you prefer the more sort of, I mean they're still bright, but they're more kind of like a muted palette over these ones. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'd be really keen to know which one you like the best. I'm also going to be launching some other black and white ones with no text on, and hoping to have some that will look great if you put them like a trio of prints as well, so keep your eyes peeled for those. I'm able to print A5, A4 and A3 from my printer, but I'm going to look into how much it would cost me to get them printed up as A2, so maybe I could get a small selection of A2s to offer as well. Oh, gives me hair stuck to my lip balm. Lovely. Anyway, so I'm going to shut this vlog down here, and again apologies for the darkness at the beginning of the vlog, because the weather has been so dodgy, and sometimes I start off vlogging in sunlight and it gets dark and I don't really adjust my settings, and I need to get better at that. But also it's just not been the most exciting vlog, so thank you for staying with me. I know you understand because of everything that's been going on, but I want to come up with some ideas for the next one. I'm going to brainstorm that a little bit later on, and then hopefully we can cover a few more things in vlogs. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, and leave me your comment over which one of these three you like the best. Really keen to know. And if you want to be the first to hear about when these are coming out, then make sure you add yourself to my mailing list. And god, endless cat hair. I've just picked her up and brought her upstairs, which is why I'm covered in cat hair. Yeah, if you want to be the first to know when these will coming out, click on the link below, join my mailing list, and then I email usually twice a week when life is normal. Once on a Sunday, once on a Wednesday, and Sunday is like a catch-up email. It's not like a salesy email at all, it's me telling you about things that have happened. It's called Notes from My Desk. So I tell you about stuff that I'm working on, or fun things that I've done in the week, or cute little moments that have happened. And then the other email is normally more of a like, this is what's coming, this is an offer I've got, this is a discount that you can get, or like a free download or whatever. So that's all you'll ever hear from me. Click on the link down below for that, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.